All right, guys, welcome back. Tonight for you, we have, this is a part 2 of a discussion that we had prior. There was a video that surfaced on social media, which we'll share with you.
What's going on here? Like, why she in the front seat? And I get that that's your mom and everything, but like, you going to the back, right?
No, absolutely not.
Why? What are you talking about? I'm your wife. Are you serious right now?
Okay, calm
We
down.
gotta keep having these type of conversations. Every time I link up with your mother, is always a problem. I'm in his life now, so why are you still here?
I'm always gonna be
Okay, but go to the back fucking seat.
Babe,
I'm your
that's
wife.
my mom.
I'm your fucking wife,
and
and
I love you.
my car.
This don't
But
got
this is
nothing to
my
do with
car.
you.
Why do I gotta?
Babe, I understand we went in this together, but babe, that's my mom. I haven't seen her since we grown up.
He
came
from my car. No, but every time she's around, you switch up.
Nah, I'm just saying.
Stop being a mama's boy.
I love you and I love her. I love both of y'all.
Go to the back.
Babe,
Go to the back
babe,
seat.
Mom, please.
Go to the back seat. No, I'm so tired of this shit. Go to the
Babe,
back.
please, babe.
You could be his mother, cool, but go to the back.
Babe, I love both of y'all.
All right, so now that you guys seen that video, we're gonna discuss our views on who's right and wrong in that situation, and I guess for you, like, who would come first. So tonight we have Styles, Tiffany, Paula, Ja, Driver, and Miss Kells. We're gonna kick it off with Miss Paula. What are your views on that video?
Okay. Well, my personal feeling about this, I love me a mama's boy. Love me a mama's boy, because I say he'll treat his woman right, his sisters and all that. And that's my opinion on a mama's boy. Not just one following up his mommy frack tail and can't let it go. With that said, this particular video, I believe both of them was wrong. Yes, and this was apparently they're married, so this mommy is supposed to know how this girl was from the beginning. It's not knowing a quick thing, So if their relation was this toxic, then, keep out of each other way if that's the case, Since she don't like her in the front seat, then don't go when they might go pick her up. Keep out of each other way then, Since it's a jealousy thing. Some mommy must know, okay, it's time to let go. Just why same likewise, It's not, you can't be so involved, not so deep. I don't believe that's the case when you say, yes, you love your son and you wish the best for him. If you make him choice, you have to respect him choices and don't be all up in the man thing, because it's just too much. So I mean, both of them wrong. They know each other from long time, so they have history. So this altercation shouldn't even take place. No, I would never even, no, we're not doing that.
All right. So next up, we have Miss Styles. What are your views on that topic and the video?
Pretty much I agree with what Paula said, but it's not two of them. I think three of them are wrong. First of all, the husband knows that mother and wife can't get along. Why are you driving the woman car with your mother in the front seat to go pick up your wife? You already know they don't get along. If you have an Uber, you go Uber with your mother, you drive your mother car, you go borrow auntie car or something, and make mommy drive it, or your mommy reach, or whatever the case may be. Second of all, wifey and mommy being petty. It's not even that serious. Y'all creating more stress on the man. You understand? And then he's in the middle of this trying to please both of you. And then you guys not really understanding the, like the toll that it's going to take on him. So if you don't really love him, you wouldn't even do that. Like somebody has to be the bigger person and be like, you know what? All right, mommy. Mega just make it all this and then at the front seats, or, mommy going to be like, all right, wifey, this is your car. Mama hold my position and go sit down in the back. Because this is your thing, So I think all three of them kind of play a part in it. So that's how I felt about it.
Okay, all right. Well, so that's a different view for you. Okay, and next up we have Miss Tiffany. How do you feel?
So as Crystal said, I think that all three, they all had some parts to play in it. I think that all three of them were wrong because, first of all, I think that because you can say that it is a very toxic relationship with all three of them, and it shouldn't. I don't think it should have reached there if the mother and the daughter and the wife don't get along. You know, just period. Don't bring her in the car. If they had a relationship, fine. If I had a relationship with, if I have a good relationship with my mother-in-law, she can sit in the car in the front seat because that would never be a problem. But if
Exactly.
there is some kind of rivalry, you know, just just don't bring that into it because it really don't make any sense. She never did have to be that loud. Like all of the quarreling and all of that. That could have that just a simple conversation saying that hey, I'm going to bring mom and whatever. She couldn't just even come out of the car if she had a problem with her being in the front seat. She could have just came out and just gone to the back seat because that is no
Right.
issue. What kind of position are you seeking? Because no, as the wife, that is the husband's family. So mommy, don't come first anymore. Because know that you're married, your wife comes first, and you have to respect that. I didn't think that the man respected his wife, because he was putting his wife, his mom over the wife. So I think that is where he went wrong. The mother, she was being so petty by going back and forth and putting his son in that kind of misery because after she leaves the house, what gonna happen? Then part they it is just a toxic situation. Know your place as a mother. Know how to raise your child, know how to raise your sons, know how to raise your daughters because all of that could have been avoided. So all of them were wrong.
Well
All
said.
right. Well, thank you for that, Tiffany. Um, Next up, we have Driver. What are your views on this topic?
All right. So basically, everything we see on internet, every video I watch on the internet, I I am skeptical to, is it real or if it's something staged. But going just off the information that's presented, right? I agree with most of what everyone said, especially Tiffany. Um, when, like I said on part one, when the relationship comes now after you've moved on, you've grown up, and you have your spouse. I do believe your spouse now takes over. They now come first. Not that you're disowning anyone or whatever the case may be, but your spouse then come first. I disagree with the point where she stated that the guy was putting his mom first. I believe things could have been handled differently, um, a lot better. Uh, most problems could, especially that problem, could have been handled privately. Um, if it's an ongoing case where, it's situations like these, the wife could, pull, in quiet, talk to the husband about, she's dissatisfied with this, or she's not too happy with certain things that takes place, especially when it involves the mother, and then the husband then now have a chance to handle that more appropriately. Given that it's her vehicle, let's say for example, he knows, there's some tension or whatever the case may be. It could have simply been avoided if, they're all going somewhere. He picks up the wife first, right? Now the wife is sitting next to him. Naturally, the next seat available would be one in the rear. The mother would then, by default, be in the back seat. And if they're, a family and they're living together and whatever the case may be, then they would be leaving the house together, right? But let's say he's picking up the mom from the airport. It's not often, let's say the mom lives out of town or whatever the case may be. So he picks up the mom from the airport and then they're now going somewhere and he picks up the wife. it's not often, it's not an everyday thing, you know, the mom is traveling with them. So what if she sits in the front seat for that given time, right? However, now on the mom's aspect, on the mom's part, um, most parents, as I know it, naturally, when they get to, let's say the spouse isn't there, and they get to that location, I believe from, you know, what I've seen and, you know, our culture, most parents would get up by default before the spouse even gets out the house to enter the car and assume another position to give them that, you know, that bond that they have of being close, you know, king and queen type of thing. You know, his and her, head of the throne, head of the household, head of their castle, you know, wherever they go, whether it's the house or the car. And it just could have been handled differently.
All right. Well, thank you so much for that, driver. I guess I'll go next. So, Trini here. My take on that video, for me personally, it wouldn't matter. Like, you pull up, you're in my car. Like, I wouldn't have no problem getting a backseat because guess what? We all get into the same place at the same damn time. And so, like, it wouldn't matter to me. As far as how they handle that situation, I can understand the wife's point of view of it being her car. So with that being said, had I been the husband, I probably would have sat in the back and let her drive her car. I don't know. I just have this, what's the word? How I was brought up. So it's like you have respect for your elders. So that's his mother. She's sitting there. I mean, you're gonna make the lady get up for what? Just because you're named wife? Like, no. Like, you can take a back seat. We know that's your husband. Like, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't that big of a deal. But for her to disrespect the mother like that, that's a no. Like, that's a dub. That's a complete no-no. There's no reason why, because I don't even, at my age, I don't even curse. I don't even curse at my mom. You know what I'm saying? I won't even curse in front of her. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a respect thing. So that right there, any issues that she have with her mother-in-law, that needs to be addressed with her husband, and then let him address it with his mom. That's not for her to take it upon herself to disrespect that lady. Like, I don't understand how a marriage can continue. You know what I'm saying? How y'all can have a successful marriage and you don't have some sort of respect for that husband. You know what I'm saying? For your husband's mom, or you know what I'm saying, or like, you know, if you and the family having issues like your in-laws, like, I don't see that marriage lasting for too long. That's just my take on it. So,
And you know, me personally, I would be happy to go in the back seat. You know why? Because I drive so much. You know, it feels good to be driven every now and then. You know what I mean? So I would go. But yeah, like you said, respect, and it has a lot to do with, you know, how we've brought up.
Yeah,
you know,
exactly. So that's I agree, and that's just my take on it. But now we're going to hear from Ja. What are your take on that video, sir?
For the whole video, I watched it, and I was saying, all three handled the situation bad. One, the husband, he should have known that the fact that he said that he hasn't seen his mom since COVID. COVID started since April, March. That's almost 3 months, right? I don't know when this video was done, but I'm saying this then. If he knew that the wife and the mother cannot get along, first of all, he's driving the wife's car. If I'm driving my wife's car and I pick up my mom and I know that they don't get along, I'm gonna make sure I take her where she needs to be, or I don't pick her up any at all until I need to pick her up, then pick up the wife. Next thing, the wife was traveling. This come down to the other point where driver was talking about the authenticity of the video. The wife was traveling with a friend, and another friend or someone else was doing the recording, right? Why would you be recording if the video was authentic?
Oh boy, wait, pause. Okay, so the video comes from a girl. She's a comedian. Okay, the video is a skit. It's not real.
So
whatever.
Yeah, y'all focusing on the authenticity of the video. where it should just be like the situation, you know what I'm saying? Like it now it comes about with the question.
Purposes.
Yeah.
But that's me.
But
But that's me.
situation like that,
No,
you know that is
No, this is me. I am very detailed. I look into things very detailed, and I have to pick the sense of the common sense. Or the nonsense, sorry. Where one, who would really do that? That's the thing. Who would really do that?
True though. People do the
No,
them type of
but
yeah.
listen, the husband is gonna pick up the wife, and the mother's in the front, right? The wife and the friend is traveling. Why would you want the mother to come out? You and your friend is traveling. You're probably gonna go in the back to chit chat, whatever you want to do, or relate to stuff, right? You're not gonna be thinking about going in the front, right? If I'm gonna pick up my mom, I know that my mom and my wife is not getting along. Thank God for my mom. She would definitely would never be that type of person, right? Got cantankerous type of person. And my girlfriend would never be that cantankerous type of person. So, love to you both. But what I'm saying is, the immaturity of it, both females were not handling the situation right. The mom was instigating, or even being, she was instigating a fight because, I'm not getting out. Like, a big woman, a grown woman, why are you gonna be that childish? Yeah? You're in the lady's car. Why are you trying to push something that's already heated already? Right? For the sake of your son. The son should have used common sense if you know that this is the way the situation is between both of them. Don't have them in the same space in the first place. Says either you're not gonna pick up the mom, or you're gonna drop her off before you pick up the wife, or you just at least to make peace, condition the mom. This is what's gonna happen. Is that they're gonna get in the back, I'm gonna drop you off first, or you just know that this is how the situation is gonna be. You're gonna be in a cantankerous situation with mom and wife and a camera and friends there pushing stuff going on. So that's how I look at it. I mean, I would never be in a situation like that, to be honest, because for one, my mom is not like that. I'm not gonna choose a partner that is so cantankerous and petty. That's gonna be that disrespectful to in a situation like that. That's just me.
No, but I was saying that, like, realistically, if this video was true, right? You have to think that the mother and the daughter don't like each other. You understand? That is her car. So if she don't like the mother, of course she's gonna act like that. But she should never disrespect her like that. But then the son should have never pick up the mother in a fear car.
Okay.
Wait.
Okay.
You know the character of your wife. You know the character of your mom. You know so it's not gonna be a good situation. Analyze that and then you fix that. And then just to jump on what Josh said, like his mom. I've been in that situation so many times. It's like we're going somewhere and the two of us fighting for going at the back seat. It's just like a respect thing. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, she has said, no man, Chrissy, you drive. I said, no man, you go on the night front. You know, it's just a respect thing. You get what I'm saying?
That's fun. And just let it be known that we're family.
Oh no, this is my brother-in-law.
We're talking about the same mom.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is my brother-in-law.
So mom is not like that. So I thank God for that.
Yes,
and
his
I
mom
definitely wouldn't choose a partner
like that.
That's gonna be cantankerous. Yes.
Such a sweet, nice, easygoing lady. Like, you know, I don't think there's nothing that could even like really piss her off. Seriously, but like she's not that person. And then because she's like that, it makes you definitely don't even want to be like that towards her. You get what I'm saying? So I don't know. The husband should definitely figure out that situation before he put the two of them in it, because I know that wouldn't be the first time that happened. So
in other words,
every time that she
exactly.
he does it every time. So that's
why you have to kind of understand with the wife, because if this is something that she's repeatedly having to go through with them, understand her frustration, but she just should have never disrespect the mother like that. Right. But you have to understand that she is frustrated. You get me? And the mother knows that she don't like that. So why would you keep on doing stuff that you're gonna piss her off? You know, like just let your son be, the husband that he is, and just do your thing. Like, take a Uber to the place or whatever you have to do, but you're in her car.
Exactly.
Yeah, but at the same time, like, you're not like me as a man. Like, I'm not about to put my mom in an Uber. Like, I'm not about to do that.
Rent a car and go with her and let the wife and the friend meet you there. Whatever you have to do.
You know?
Or
Like, I
all of y'all
wouldn't put
sit
my
down,
mom in no
all of y'all
Uber.
sit down. But like just said, our driver said, go in at the back seat, go sit down. Make your wife drive our car.
That's what I would have done. Like, I would have went in the back seat. As a man, I would have went in the back seat.
Yeah, let the two of them sit on their
I
front
think
seat and
even
argue it
if
out.
he went to the back seat, she would still be upset because she was nitpicking. She was just like tit for tat with the wife.
Okay. All right. So next up we have
Killer with our two
next
piece.
up we have Kels. Kels, what are your views on this topic?
Okay. So number one, where is his car? Okay. Because if he had a car, we wouldn't be having this conversation. There wouldn't be no more nothing. Because he could drive his mama and she would have her car. Number two, who are you talking to, young lady? Okay? Because I legit will hop out of this car and fix your business talking to me crazy on the side of the street, screaming and causing a scene. She would have got drug up and down that street. Okay? All of her eyebrows are plucked out, everything. The weed going, everything. Are you crazy? Who are you talking to? That's number one. Number two, you in the girl car. Respect her car. If that's her car and she want you to go sit in the back, go sit in the back. But guess what? She'll never have another a situation where she would have that happening again. I bet you I'd have never put myself in that car again, ever. You couldn't get me to sit in that car, okay? Also, like what Trini was saying, he could have very well sat in the back seat and make she drive her own car and the two up in the front, okay? Number two, I'm not having no argument with nobody about sitting in the front, sitting in the back, because once me and you get salt, you cannot sit behind me in no car. What? Hood rules. You can't sit. I can't see you back there. I don't know what you're doing. You're not sitting in back of me. So I'm going to go sit back there because I need to see you.
True.
What?
True.
That's how I feel about that. Just,
Well, thank you for your ones and twos, Kelly. You had a lot of ones and twos. So thank you for your opinions on that. A lot of passion in that one and them ones and twos.
What?
So I guess it seems like the majority
thing. It was disrespectful on both parts.
Yeah, I think the majority thinks all three parties were wrong.
Yeah.
As for me, like, yeah. I can get past the daughter talking to her mother-in-law like that. I could never.
But I think it's a culture thing.
It was a build up over.
I wouldn't blame it on a culture thing, Styles. As you said it was inevitable. Earlier you said it was inevitable to happen. I don't think so. Remember, a soft answer turneth away wrath. So how you approach the situation, as I forgot who said it, but it seemed as if the mother was also boosting a fight or looking for a fight. We all agree that the situation, Trini, we all agree that the situation could have been handled differently. And that's just it. Culture, mindset, a lot of different things play a part, but I wouldn't just put it on the culture, because you could find exceptions in every culture, every situation, every upbringing and all that.
No, for me, I think that culture plays a lot in it, because coming from a Caribbean background, you grow up knowing that you have to respect your elders. You understand what I'm saying to you? So more than likely, 9 out of 10 times, if you're from the Caribbean, you're going to try and respect your elders. Not saying that all Caribbean people don't disrespect their, elders. But 9 out of 10, you already know. Yes, ma'am, no, ma'am. Hold the
Yes.
corner. That is his mother. So you respect it. Regardless if you don't like her or not, you just don't talk to her, but it's a respect thing. So I think that culture really does have a lot to do with it.
Culture do have a lot. It does play a part in there. I don't think the mom was initially. I don't feel like the mom was like starting necessarily, because if I pull up anywhere and you're like, oh what, excuse you, no, I'm not
The
moving.
mom is
It's like
defensive.
she
She don't
pretty
play
much,
that.
that girl pretty much set the tone for whatever their conversation was going to be. So even if she would have said, hey, you mind if you sit in the back seat, it's the way she approached her. Oh no, she in my car, I ain't moving. Move what? I don't care who her car. Ain't nobody going nowhere.
But even still, it wasn't the right place to ask her to go in the back. Like the son, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like that was on him to
You
be like,
know,
Mom,
you
you
know,
mind going
you
in the
know the
back seat or
No,
something?
you
But
should not tell
for
that to move either.
but for the
Exactly.
wife, you already know, especially knowing that the wife and the mom have problems. Anything
You
come out
should
the
have
wife's
never did
mouth,
it.
she's gonna be defensive from jump. Anything she could have said, boom, like she was gonna get it. You know
you
what I'm
know you
saying?
know the funny thing is, I believe if the husband went in the back seat and the wife had to sit up front, it would set a tone where the both of them would have to, hush and really
Humble
look
themselves.
into themselves. I do believe that. I do believe it would,
No,
play psychological on them to,
I think
you know,
No, if him
I think
say
I
if him
agree
say
with
let
what
me
I
walk.
think somebody said it earlier. I think she already don't like the mother. So
Exactly.
she got drive and she got cuss and say, why you come pick her up? You still pick her up in my car. Da, da, da. I think she would have been like, she don't like the mother, and
no,
she would have still been going on and on and on.
yes,
It
no,
is
she would
not
have been
just
going
about the front
on.
seat, you know. It is not just
No,
about being in the
It's the
front seat.
mother. She don't like
It
her.
even yeah, both of them don't like each other. But it is not just a car situation. It is something that she just
People.
genuinely don't like each other. So even in the house, I think they even if they still would have some kind of issue, even if it wasn't in the car, even if it was at home. Something like she would do something and she just take it up on herself, just to fight back.
Yeah, guys.
It's always going
yes,
to be some kind of battle between both of them.
Because remember, she
It
made the
can be
comment.
resolved. It can
Sorry,
easily
Tiffany,
be,
go ahead.
yeah. Go ahead.
No, I'm sorry. Finish your thought. I'm sorry.
No, but I'm just saying that it can easily be dissolved by just talking, because at the end of the day, she did not have to raise her voice. Like she could have the wife could have handled it differently by just, pulling the husband aside and just, talk it through and just let him know what how she feels about the mom being in her car. I don't think it was just her being in the front seat. It was about her being in her space in her car.
I think it's about her being in the son's life. Because remember, she made the comment saying, "Why you even like, like
Why
it's
are
not
you
like
still
I'm here
here?
now."
Why are you
Yeah,
still here? So it is not
yeah.
just about the
So it's
front
about
seat.
her being in her son's life.
It's
Period. Because
just
she feel
as
like now that
it's
now that I'm your wife, like
yeah.
you don't need a mom. Some females feel like that. Like you don't,
That's
especially if you're
crazy.
mama's boy. Like you don't need to have your mom around. Like I'm here now.
Well, that's too deep of a mama's boy.
She can drag.
well,
I'm dragging
Too
her.
well,
I
deep.
don't
well,
care.
well, going off the front seat aspect of things, given that
Yeah,
what was stressed,
you know.
given that what was
Go ahead,
stressed,
bro. Go ahead. Go ahead.
there are a lot of people that don't like each other, but they're still sociable when it needs to be, right?
Mhm.
Which is why I said it would be more of a psychological thing, given the son going in the back seat, right? She might still be upset and she might cuss and mumble, but most of that cussing and mumbling most likely is gonna be in her head or under her breath, you
It
know?
was a
Not
firecracker. She probably would have probably crashed the car or something.
He shouldn't have, he shouldn't have, he should not have picked her up with his
With
mama in the car.
exactly.
That's what it boils down to, because that whole
Exactly.
situation could have been avoided if he didn't do that. He could have just, let her have the car. He could have Ubered with his mom. Why he didn't get an Uber? He doesn't have a car. He don't want an Uber. He want no. you forcing all of this on this girl, and she
But is it?
clearly
But
does not like
but
this
No,
woman.
we
okay,
really don't
you
know the
brought up
situation because maybe he has a car, but maybe
yeah,
it's in
you
the shop
brought that
or
up on
something. Like
multiple
there's
What I'm
occasions.
something
saying.
why she.
So he can Uber with his mother. If you know that they do not like each other at all.
But I don't think
Don't
he
put
is
her in a
even.
situation where she's gonna react because like you said, it could be something that been building up over a time over a while. Maybe she had several, reasonable conversations with him about his mother, and he is just not respecting the fact that she doesn't want this lady in her space. You know what I'm saying? So at this point, it's like, oh, you know what? Everybody have a breaking point. She blew up. That's
Right.
it.
Yes,
You
And
know?
yes, maybe. But at this
maybe,
point, all that
maybe,
is
yeah.
speculation.
Mhm.
We're just sticking to what's
We're
presented.
sticking, yeah, okay. So if we're sticking to the thing, he should not have brought that lady to go pick up that girl, and then they wouldn't have that situation. So it's his fault, okay,
Yeah.
for introducing them to because they wouldn't have
All
met up
right.
on no
Let
other
me
no
let me have
other
a
way.
say. Let me have a say.
Wait, let me
All
talk
right.
before you, because
One.
time you cut me off.
Oh, you were trying to talk before,
Yes, I
sis?
was, but I was waiting my
Okay,
turn.
sis. You may
Thank,
speak, sis. Go
thank you,
ahead.
bro. Um, thinking about it,
See how me nice? You see how me
thinking
nice?
about, thinking about it, I think that even if he did Uber with his mom, the wife would have still have a problem because she'd have been like, "Oh, say leave me gone at the party and take your mom. So what about me? You can't
But
drive with
she
me."
would
You know,
have her
some,
car.
she would have had her car,
Yeah.
but he didn't go with her. He took his mom and left her. You get what I'm saying? So I'm just saying, like, sometimes we kind of
Why
put a
that
lot
sounds
of
so personal?
sometimes
Yeah.
we kind of put a lot of stuff on men, like a lot of stress on them, and don't know that we kind of like, they're tugging in two places and they can't really, like decide. So I think that even if he did go with his mom, she'd still find another argument because she definitely don't like the mother.
Yeah,
All right.
which is
All right.
why,
Let me
hold on, which is
go
why
on,
I
bro.
wanted to just keep the focus on what was stressed being the
Car.
front seat, in which he could have just either make sure he had the wife first, right? So naturally the mom goes in the back seat or whatever
No,
the case.
no, not naturally anything. That's probably like what she said about culture. If I'm
So
somewhere with my
oh,
man and his mama is coming in the car, I'm hopping in the back seat. So it's
yes,
not
but
naturally if the wife is
yes,
first,
but
whatever.
given okay,
That's
but
not
given
naturally.
yes, but given that there's some tension or whatever the case, or he has a pre consciousness of the situation and how they get along, if he picks her up, have his wife first, the next seat available is the seat in the back, right?
But that's what
Given
Kelly
that,
was saying. It don't matter if that's the next available seat. Me, when I get up out of the car, I'm gonna give the mother the front seat because that is
yes,
respect.
yes. But I'm saying to avoid the situation, having his wife in the vehicle first and then picking his mother up afterwards. What
Okay, so
his
then what
mother
if the
gonna
mom
do?
refuses to get in the car because
Then
she
if she
can't sit in the
refused,
front seat?
okay, but if she refuses to get in the car at that point, then it's on the mom.
But that's just like saying it's on the
And
girl
the
because
and the
she
All
wouldn't
No,
right.
have to
no,
get in
no,
the back
no,
Hold
seat.
no.
on.
no,
Hold,
It's
Why?
the
hold on.
same.
Hold on. Hold on.
Okay,
Hold on. Hold
Let
on.
Jah talk.
Hold on. Hold on.
probably the
how?
mom
Hold
was
on. Hold
in
on. Hold
closer
on,
Let
please.
Jah
proximity
talk.
Hold on,
to the
please.
guy before because why
Little
you
Pickney,
gonna
may I
jump
big a
from
cousin? Let me talk.
from A to C, then go back from C to B? That kind of really
What
ain't
you
good.
know? What you 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 know?
Oh God.
Ask
I
your
agree,
All right, go
husband.
there.
Tiffany.
Go
I
there.
agree, Tiffany.
All right,
Yeah.
listen to
Go
me
there.
now. Listen to me now. Listen to me now. Let me listen. Listen to. Look at the situation now. Look at the video. Remember we're talking about the video, right?
Mm-hmm.
First, you have there was another friend there. There was someone else recording.
It's
The
ground
fact
type.
that you have an audience there, right? Remember, one, this was probably pre-discussed with a friend or whosoever was recording. And oh, his mom is like this or he's like this with his mom and all of that, right? And it could have been that the friends were boosting the argument before, prior to the arrival of the mom. If he turns up with the mom in the car, or stuff like that. That could trigger it off even before, right? The fact that she have an audience that's supposed to be her bucketive are supposed to be there for her, right? That gives her like more force to be
And
okay. I'm gonna have a
hypes up
strong
even
point
more.
here. Yeah. His mom is there. He's there, so he's got to be on my side or on mom's side. So mom is gonna be the weak fence now. So she has to lose this battle, right? So this is where I'm gonna start this fight. This is where I start this fight. So that's the thing. You have to know when to do stuff from when not to do it. Because maybe she choose that point in time because she think that she has a strength there, because she has her friend there, and her friend was trying to stop her from doing whatever, probably just to make it seem good. But probably it was pre-discussed with her friend, and who said arranged that. Oh, we're gonna start something here, right? So all this, you don't know the situation that's gonna, even though it probably be a skit, but if it was an actual event, you don't know the situation or what it would have been like with, because females act based on sometimes the emotion and what's happening then and there. Yeah, with all the audience that she have there going on with her friends and whoever is recording, and she thinking that her husband's supposed to be having her back with her mom. Because if you remember in the video, the husband said that he hasn't seen his mom since COVID. So that could be months. So if you have all this built up over months, that means more than likely it was pre-discussed with her friends, because women talk, and there's nowhere in all of that she's gonna have an issue with the mom and not saying it to her friends. Yeah, so this could have been pre-discussed with all of that going on.
Well, I get what you're saying, and I guess I get what you're saying, and I mean, we're all at this point, I think we're pretty clear that it's more than likely a skit, but that still doesn't negate from the fact that things like this does happen. So the situation at hand is what it is, and I mean, everyone has their opinion on it, their opinions on it. So respect everyone's opinions, and that's it. I mean, we all pretty much agree that it could be handled different, and culture does play a part. Some of us understand that culture does play a part into it. And as far as that situation with the husband, some think he's wrong or whatever the case be, and that's that. But that's just the opinions of us here in Open Talk. So we're gonna close this out. We want to thank everyone for tuning in, listening to us. And once again, I'm Trini. We have Styles, Tiffany joining us for part 2. We got Paula, Ja, Driver, and Miss Pels. And we're signing out. Before we go, don't forget to hit the like button and comment, and feel free to share. And we'd love to hear you guys' opinion on this matter. Have a good night, and until next time.
Bye.